Thank you for having me on the stage here today. It's really great to see a few familiar faces and a lot of new faces here at Arival. And yes, today I will be talking about how, this is really for the tour operators out there, so hopefully this is really valuable for you guys, how you can use data and creativity to design your tours, but a little bit more deeply, how you can combine art and science to design tours that customers really, really love, and at the same time help maximize your revenue. So, quick pitch, GetYourGuide. We are a leading platform for tours and activities. We have over 40,000 activities on our marketplace. Our mission is simple but bold. We are on a journey to give the whole world access to incredible experiences. So, we know what we're going to talk about today, using data and creativity to design your tours, and why, to improve the customer satisfaction and also maximize revenue. So how are we going to do it today? I only have 10 minutes, so I want to use a super successful case that we had in GetYourGuide, which is a tour that we created ourselves from scratch, and that's called the Bali Instagram tour. So this is actually, on GetYourGuide, the best-selling tour in Asia. And it was created by us with a supplier, of course, in 2018. And so far, it has a 4.9 out of 5-star rating on GetYourGuide based on 1,500 reviews. And it's featured on various blogs, articles, and publications because it was kind of an instant hit straight away. So what I'm going to talk about first is really like the journey, like how we came to this product, how we actually ended up creating this product and making it so successful. So I'll run through the journey really, really briefly. So it started with actually a different product, right? So the product that we had in Bali was this product that you see here on the screen. It's a Bali private customized tour, right? So you book the tour, you say, I want to go here, there, whatever. The guide comes, picks you up, and takes you everywhere. What we noticed was that people booked this tour and they all wanted to go to a certain place. And that place was Gates of Heaven, or commonly known as Gates of Heaven, or Lempuyang Temple, right? So this is a very, very picturesque place, I'm sure. Can you raise your hand if you've seen something like this before from Bali, right? A couple of you? Okay, I'm gonna make sure all of you have seen this before because I just noticed this during the panel discussion, but it's right here on this pillow. When you guys were talking during the super apps thing, it's right here. So it's a pretty popular place. And yeah, what we noticed was a lot of people were booking it, and they all wanted to go here. And it's not an easy place to access. It actually takes around 2 hours from the center of Bali to go, right? And so what we thought was like, let's just create a product just for this, just highlighting Gates of Heaven, right? And we did that, and that was product number 2. So when product number 2 came out, we got a lot of bookings just to promote Gates of Heaven. And so when we saw the booking pattern, we saw a trend, right? So when the bookings came in, we noticed something within the bookings that kind of sparked our interest, right? So can anyone see a pattern here in these bookings? So these are just the first bookings that came for product number 2. Anyone want to take a stab at it? Anything? What's that? Female, correct. Anything else? Solo travelers, yeah, so 1 and 2 travelers and a lot of female travelers, right? So we're thinking like, who are these solo female travelers spending $95 going 2 hours away just to go and take a photo? And then we realized, yeah, there's a lot of them who are just interested in taking really great picturesque shots that they can post on Instagram. So straight away we realized like, okay, well there's more than just Gates of Heaven in Bali. There's a lot of other picturesque places that we could take them. So we started thinking like, why don't we also maybe take them to a jungle swing, right? Why not also take them to a waterfall? Why not also take them to maybe the paddy fields? And so that was when we realized, like, let's connect all of these points together. And so the traveler can just in one day go to all of the best spots in Bali. And that's how we created the Bali Instagram tour. So the Bali Instagram tour basically takes you to the most scenic spots all around Bali, and it basically gets you access to all the amazing spots in Bali, and the guide as well is super professional in taking photos for you and kind of knows all the best spots, right? So really great product. It's fantastic. Things are going well. We're getting a lot of bookings. It's working really, really well. Then we started thinking like, okay, this is good. How can we make it even better? So we decided like, let's enhance this experience, right? What can we do to make this experience even more memorable? So they're going there. It's a very visual experience, obviously. How can we enhance that? We thought about Polaroid cameras. Why don't we give Polaroid cameras to the customers, and they can take photos during the day, and then they get to keep the photos. And so that's what we did. For $20 more, customers can also add on the option of a Polaroid camera, and then they can take these photos, which they can take with them, right? Really good. Things are going well. How can we make it even better? So what we did was, why don't we then try to maybe make it even more visual, and we thought about drones, right? So we thought, let's try to make this tour, combine it with a drone pilot. And so we found a drone pilot in Bali, which is him. His name is Arnaud. And we said, hey, come meet our supplier. It would be really cool if you could like maybe take a drone video of customers who booked this tour and then send them this 3-minute video. So that's kind of what we did after as well. So to give you a brief journey on the tour itself, how it started and how we kept building on it, it started with just the normal standard private Instagram tour, $72, and then we added a separate option called the premium option. And what's the premium option? It's the same thing, it's the same itinerary, but for $30 more, you get a better car, you get Wi-Fi in the car, and you also get an icebox. Super simple stuff, but turns out a lot of people actually also booked this option. Then we added the Polaroid add-on, as you can see. And then we also added the drone option, which is a 3-minute video footage that you get at the end of the tour. It's all the same thing. You're going to the same places. Then we added also a small group option. So from the slide before, like you saw, there's a lot of solo travelers. And so $95 is still quite expensive. How do we make sure we're not losing out on customers who might not want to spend $95? So we created also a small group option for a slightly cheaper price. And then we also added a personal photographer option. So you do the same tour, but you're also accompanied with a personal photographer. And so you're getting really high quality photos at the end of the tour, right? So what I'm going to show you now is a quick 30-second clip of the Bali Instagram tour, so you actually get an idea of what it looks like. Do you guys want to see it? Yes. OK, here we go. So that's the tour. That's real footage from the drones from customers. And yeah, so I want to show you now the actual tour, what it looks like on our website. So you'll notice that it's a lot of options, right? So we started building this out one by one. So we started with just the standard tour with $72. Then we added the small group one. Then we added the premium option. And so what you notice here is that there's actually a, let me try the whole laser thing. So you'll notice that there's a big range, right? So it starts from $72 and it goes all the way to $383 for the exact same tour. But what we're doing here is we're just segmenting the product so we're relevant to a broader audience, and we're allowing customers to actually spend what they're willing to spend, which is great for the customer and also great for the supplier. What you see on the other side here are the add-on options. So this is where once they book one of these options, they can also book an add-on option, which is basically you can book the Polaroid camera, you can book a massage, right? So it's kind of, it sounds a bit random, but it's actually quite relevant for people. After a 10-hour day trip all around Bali, like, yeah, why wouldn't you want to get a massage after, right? So I'm going to now show you the actual share of the bookings and the revenue, right? So like I mentioned, we started with this product here, and that still accounts for the majority of bookings. However, it's interesting to notice, like even for the drone option, which is $80. Like, yes, it's only 1.4% of the bookings, but it's 3.5% of the revenue, right? And for me, I'm super proud of that. I'm really happy that 1.4% of people have booked it. That means that option was still relevant for 1.4% of our audience, and that's important, right? And so what this table really shows is that this is actually super valuable and as adding a lot of value to customers. Because it's a great customer experience, and it's also a great adding a lot of value to the supplier because they're really able to maximize on their revenue. And my favorite one actually is the premium option. The premium option, like, it's so simple. All we're doing is we're giving a better car, we're putting a Wi-Fi dongle in the car, an ice box and a cold towel. We're charging $30 more. And even though it takes up only 13% of bookings, it actually accounts for almost 20% of our revenue. So that's actually my favorite option, if you were wondering. So finally, key takeaways. So I have a minute left. What I want to leave with you is these key takeaways. First, it's really important to be open-minded and curious, you know? Just think out of the box. You know, a lot of the times I see tours that have been the same for the last 15, 20 years, like things I've been taking as a kid. So try to see how you can innovate in the market. Segmentation really is key, like I mentioned, because it allows you to be more relevant to a broader audience. And so that means better conversion and more bookings. So even if you're thinking how that relates to you working with an OTA, that means better ranking. And then also it allows you to capture customers' true value and willingness to spend, right? So this is just upselling, and so more revenue for you. Don't leave money on the table. If someone is willing to spend $300, let them spend $300, right? And customer first, that's the best way you can do this. Think about your own tours and try to enhance your experience. Think of how you can add value to the customer, and then you will succeed. And then just keep on testing and iterating, right? If you are a cooking class, try to also offer a hotel pickup, right? If you are a walking tour with day trips, try to offer with tickets included, without tickets included. Just keep testing new things and seeing what works and what doesn't, and keep building on that. That's my time.